Xbox has just purchased Bethesda, its parent company, and all its game studios, including the major franchises that you know and love. I thought I would throw together a video just to kind of go over all of the essential details and the full scope of what this deal will provide, and why this is possibly the biggest sort of deal and acquisition in gaming history. It's crazy, it's wild. It was sort of rumored for a very long time, and now here it is. So they're getting 8 new studios. That's going to bump them up to one of the highest, if not the highest, in the industry in regards to the quantity of studios under the Xbox Game Studios brand. Each of the individual different development teams and studios from Bethesda will be left alone to continue building their respective games and their franchises, a similar attitude that Xbox has been applying to all of its acquired studios in recent times. And it will also honor the 2 PlayStation 5 exclusive timed releases that are going to be happening. Going to be a little bit funny opening up a PlayStation exclusive and having the Xbox Game Studios logo pop up. That will be humorous. Moving on, this includes Bethesda Game Studios, ID Software, ZeniMax Online Studios, Arcane, Machine Games, Tango Gameworks, Alpha Dog, and Roundhouse Studios. All of the games from Bethesda that are now under the Xbox brand will be available on Game Pass on day 1, with exclusive special content, of course, as you would expect and imagine. You're also going to be seeing their existing library of games be added to Game Pass, which further increases the insane value that service has to offer. They've also added millions of new subscribers to the service, and it's just a really exciting time ahead for Xbox. They also mentioned in the same deal that they are pushing to get xCloud on iOS, and they are confident that they are going to be able to achieve that. It's just a matter of when and getting that deal in place. So continuing forward, they are considering releasing the games on other platforms, but the priority will be on Xbox and PC. They're saying that as a nice thing. Very much look forward to seeing all of these games exclusively on Xbox in the future. That's just what's going to happen. I could see a Switch port or two because Xbox has been really good in that regard, but really you're going to see these platforms pushing the Xbox standards. Play Anywhere experiences, Game Pass, pushing technology, and further fueling the ecosystem that Xbox under Microsoft is trying to build. And they've really done a great job here. This was a $7.5 billion cash deal in US currency and is expected to be closed in 2021 by the second quarter. So there might be a slight delay on getting all of this stuff rolling on Game Pass, but once it does, it's going to be crazy. So also on other platforms like PlayStation and so forth, those existing games will continue to get support on those platforms. So things like The Elder Scrolls Online, your existing updates to any other titles that they're currently working on. But with this deal, you're getting just like legendary inclusions into Game Pass and on Xbox if you're on that platform, or PC too. You're going to see Dishonored, Wolfenstein, The Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Doom, Starfield, The Evil Within, Prey, and so many more games. The future of these titles are going to be available exclusively on Xbox platforms and within the Xbox ecosystem. From day 1, you're going to be able to enjoy the thrills of Fallout 5 on Game Pass, whether you're on PC or console. The new Elder Scrolls 6 whenever that releases. If they do additional Doom titles, if there's another Wolfenstein, which I believe there is coming too. If they do another Dishonored, if they do more Evil Within, if they do another Prey, all of these games are going to be available, including the legendary Starfield, which apparently PlayStation was trying to get some sort of timed exclusivity on recently, which I assume is not happening at this current point. There's just so much talent and excellency within the brand that is Bethesda. It's crazy. And now they have basically the entirety of like the intense Western RPG market available on the Xbox platform as part of the game family. That's insane to see. It truly is just such a crazy moment, you know, in gaming, and especially this time in history. It's really, really wild, and I didn't anticipate it. You know, again, like there were rumors for a long time, but we're like, oh, you know, they kept getting cut down, and people were like, oh, that'll never happen. But alas, here we are. It actually went through. It was a fun surprise ahead of the pre-orders, and I think this really does build a high level of confidence that we haven't seen in the Xbox brand for a while. They've been putting things together very well, but this is crazy. It makes the news of, the EA games, EA Play being added to Game Pass, like, not that huge of a deal, because this is Bethesda. They're an iconic name in the industry, and I mean, they're going to get the same respect that all these other studios have been getting, as they've been built up under the Microsoft brand in order to build and grow what they need in order to deliver new high quality games. But you can never say that Xbox doesn't have exclusives anymore, or doesn't have games. That is clearly incorrect. They now have some of the most beloved titles of all time. They've got the biggest selling titles of all time. You're looking at this and Minecraft and other game franchises. They've got everything now. This is just such a powerhouse of an inclusion to their lineup. It's unreal. I really can't even fathom that this happened. I woke up to a text about it, and I thought, it was a bit of a joke, and I looked it up. I was like, wow, this actually happened. They actually delivered on this. And I think that is just crazy to see. It's something that people are going to think about for a very long time. And this is going to be a very industry-focused moment that they're sort of, you're going to remember from years down the line. It's kind of a crazy thing, because these are some of the most, like, influential games of all time. Doom goes back to, like, the origins of the FPS. So does Wolfenstein, obviously, as well. Fallout is such a classic and well-loved RPG series. You're going to get, like, the modding and the growth of these platforms. It's going to be absolutely insane. But it's also great that you're going to be able to enjoy these games, across different experiences. You're not going to be locked in, which is great. You can still play them on PC, across the different marketplaces, Steam, the Windows Store, get them on console. It's really great to see this happen, and I think it's a big move by Microsoft and Xbox. Obsidian was also joking around that they very well could do another New Vegas in Fallout if they want. You got a note from Todd Howard on joining Xbox. We can't think of a better group of people to do that with than those at Xbox. We have friendships that go back to those original days, from Phil to senior leaders to developer support. They don't just talk about putting players first, they passionately live it. That's the end of that particular quote, but yeah, it's just exciting times ahead. I can't wait to be able to review and showcase these games, hopefully ahead of their launches, since I work closely with Xbox and everything like that. Exciting times ahead. This shows that they're ready to compete and to deliver a quality experience as we move onwards to the next generation. I think this is a defining move for the brand. I hope you enjoyed this informational video. Be sure to like it if you found it interesting or insightful. Subscribing is cool too if you'd like to do that. And if you have any questions and stuff, let me know, as I'd love to dig in deeper and kind of chat about this, because this is such a big industry change and it's so cool to see.